always gonna be a few. It's always gonna be a few nutcases in the bunch.
Okay, I came here for the drama. Yeah, they started going in. I was just gonna make a play video, but Tyrese Jackson, he wasn't playing.
The women that get mad. That's who got mad.
We gotta stop putting Febreze on bullshit. I'm sorry. We had this with that other man, Big Dick Derrick Jackson. What's his name? Big Dick Derrick Jackson, Steve Harvey. How the fuck are they experts on anything?
He calling it out.
Nobody said he was an expert.
When you're talking to people and you're making people feel like used trash or garbage.
I'm just trying to
because you are doing,
I finally got my microphone
the best you
to work.
can as a black woman in the world. And you may have made mistakes just like black men make mistakes. Yes, but how does that make you like
Tyrese,
a piece of trash? Because that's the way you just that's the way you would talk to these women. How many kids do you have? How many kids do you have? How many kids do you have? I have 4 kids. Okay.
You all watch the show.
I have 4 kids. Oh, don't nobody want you? Don't nobody want you?
I watched Kevin's show and I didn't agree with everything, but I didn't take offense to anything because.
But nobody plays it.
He wasn't talking about me.
Okay. So here's the thing. So I have watched.
Rest in peace.
I have watched only but so much of Kevin Samuels because when I watch him, he is very much so degrading to black people. Period.
He ain't no degrading to some of these motherfuckers y'all like.
Hold on. Let me finish my statement.
Kevin Samuels was actually
now. When I have seen
an
Kevin
egotistical
Samuels,
maniac, like an egomaniac is what I want to say.
Me personally, I would slap the shit out of him because I'm like, bitch, who the fuck you talking to?
But he is a Pisces. Again, was a Pisces. Rest in peace. I didn't wish death or harm Kyrie, on the man.
And that is it. Some people like that type of foolishness. Some people like that type of mess. Again, I go back to what I said earlier in our show. And that is it. You have your group of people. Some people like that shit. Some people don't. Kevin Samuels had a group of people that followed him.
I found Kevin's channel interesting. You don't have to buy everything someone's selling.
Kevin Samuels had a million some people that followed. He had people that followed him and agreed with that shit. And then he had people that followed him just because some of that shit was comical. And then there's a lot of men that believe just like him. Me personally, I wish you would talk to my mama like that. Bitch, I'll beat the dog shit out you. Tell my mama she ain't this shit. Tell my auntie, my cousin, she ain't this shit. That oh girl, you too light skinned, you too dark skinned. Bitch, we got multiple shades of my guy.
He ain't never said that. But here's the thing, and then I saw some of y'all church people talking. He need to give us that price. One thing Kevin said.
The majorette T done left the room. She like, okay, let me let y'all get this out while I take care of some business.
We need to get in the church. Give your life to Jesus. Blah blah blah. The Jesus bullshit. Yeah, I disagree with that. But like I said, but people.
What you say, Jesus bullshit? I ain't down with you, dude.
He was a piece of shit. He was a piece of shit.
Talking about Jesus, I ain't down with that.
What I say was a piece of shit.
And when Kevin said he was going to hell and we going with I said I was watching that episode. I said no, I ain't going there.
Cause some of y'all
I blocked that bullshit.
Cause y'all would go on there and walk right into that bullshit. And I was like, wow.
That's how you
what are you doing?
Because
Kevin's last show, he did drag a chick that had a man on child support, and I did agree with what he was saying on that.
That's what I don't say. The sissies, that's not even his target audience. He wasn't even never.
If you say sissy one more time, I'm gonna come through this screen like Blue's Clues and Blue Skidoo on you.
Like he's spraying the screen.
I'm trying to clean all this toxicity off of this computer here that I'm seeing.
What toxicity?
I don't even know if I'm subbed to this channel. It just popped up.
How they
while I was testing my audio,
how they characterize themselves. If you have that low self-esteem that you're gonna let somebody talk to you any type of way, that type of way, there's something mentally wrong with you.
Right, you didn't have to believe everything that man said to you. You could have had a valid argument to come back at him why he was wrong or his argument was invalid, and most people couldn't come up with something.
There's something wrong because You're not gonna talk to my sister, my real sister, that fucking way. Cause bitch, I'm gonna beat the hell out of you.
Now, Jay,
I
now
just-
you think some sense.
Okay, I'm leaving it okay. I'm leaving it okay.
I just want to say.
I already know what everybody gonna say.
Yeah, I just said okay. That's my statement. Okay.
I just want to say.
Major Rat got me cracking up, girl. You're a trip.
Watching, thank you so much.
Bless the Lord,
for
bless
being
God,
on
bless
with
you.
us tonight.
Bless
we
you.
really do appreciate your support for watching us on tonight. Make sure y'all hit that Cash App on y'all way in and out. Okay, now
Bless you, bless you, bless you.
All right. You asked. I'm sorry. You asked him. No, he never made any comment about homosexuals.
Because he was a
Because
homosexual.
when you got a little dick, you're not
Because
allowed.
he was a closet queen.
I wonder why.
Come on,
Because he was a punk himself.
He was
Wait.
I'm sorry. Kevin was real feminine to me. He was a beta meta dude. All them accessories he used to have on. A lot for me. I don't want a man that beta.
And that's fine. You can say that. But when you say you're homosexual, I got a problem.
And meta with all the
because
technology and all that.
what are
No,
you saying
I
about
need
yourself?
me more
So
low key alpha blue
What I'm saying
collar.
is, the
Appearance
he was
wise,
a little
I
too
guess.
bitter. He was a little too bitter towards women, in my opinion. I thought he was a punk.
Spray me one more time, Mikey.
I thought he was a whole gal. He was a little too light in the loafers for me. I thought he was a punk. I thought he was a whole gal because he always sat with his legs crossed and shit. And you got all
Had his
these
man purse and
roaches
everything, Louis
shit
Vuitton
and
man
pins and shit
purse.
on.
But
I
hey,
thought
you
you
know,
was
he
a whole
like
gal. You
nice
look like you
things.
suck a dick. Kevin.
If he was, I wish I would have had a tag in.
He looked like a pig bottom.
But here's my thing.
I'm still just testing my audio, but this just got interesting.
None of y'all ever came to the smoke shows. He invited people that didn't like him to come on the smoke show and get a smoke. None of y'all ever came in.
Bro, at this point, it don't matter. He's dead, girl. It don't matter.
Did you go in? Did you go in?
Girl, you capping and he dead, honey. Shit.
I'm just saying.
You talking about somebody he dead, girl. He down at the mortuary now. God bless him. May God have mercy on his soul. Ashes to ashes,
Yes,
dust to
God
dust. He's no
bless his
longer
soul.
with us.
I mean,
How you live is how you die.
my thing is he was
Everybody say
Well,
grace.
ooh, wait,
Just say
when's his
grace.
birthday?
Grace. Okay.
Do we got a birthday on there?
where the food at? Where the food
He
at?
did not hate black women, Miss Miko, but okay.
Yes, he did.
Who is that?
Okay.
He hated
Willie
women.
Watkins got the.
Your mammy is a terrible person. Who said Thais is a terrible person? Your mammy is a terrible person.
Anybody said that?
That's who's a terrible person.
Who said
I
that?
know who you are.
Who said that?
Let me say this.
Kenny thinks I know who Kenny is. I know who you are, Kenny. Kenny, here's what I want you to do. I want you to pull my cheeks apart.
Good Lord. I don't want to see no
and lick the inner
mug
crevices
shot
of
without
my
a birth.
ass, Kenny.
Oh,
That's what you do.
oh Jesus!
No, Kenny was on your side. He said, "Say it again, Ty." He was on your side.
Oh God!
I'm gonna go ahead and stop
Thais
this
is a
because this can
terrible-
go on all
He said
night.
Thais is a terrible fucking person.
I missed that. Who is that?
I mean, why they talking about this man after he died like that? I mean, I still watched his show. It don't mean you have to be
It
offended
says Thais is
or
a terrible
agree
fucking
with
person.
him
Right there.
or trash him
I'm
when
not
he's
even
gone.
And what time did he say that? What time did he say that?
Kiss the pink.
I'm gonna open up my booty cheeks and sit on your face.
Oh,
Like Madison Cawthorn.
That's just nasty.
My Lord. My Lord.
Y'all saw that video.
Like Michael King in The Wiz.
Maybe y'all saw he was bouncing and hollering.
Don't strike my channel, y'all. I'm just trying to test my audio, and y'all was cracking me up.
I feel like old girl from Waiting to Exhale. If you don't want them, I slam dunk them tonight.
but it was funny. Y'all in the comments said Kevin was toxic. What about you got these folks up here Now you got women with 4 or 5 kids, with 4 or 5 different baby daddies. They don't do shit for their kids, but that ain't toxic. You got these motherfuckers going out looking for.
No, it is toxic if you have 3 or more baby daddy. I think 2 is bad. I broke the cycle.
But that ain't toxic. Okay.
And you know how I did it? I stopped fucking. That's all you gotta do is stop fucking.
Let's move on. He's rested in the arms of the Almighty.
All right. The next situation. All right.
Rest in peace, Kevin. Rest in peace, baby. Rest on.
He ain't gonna rest in no peace.
And I bet you he down there talking.
How you know he was
He said himself he was going to hell, but
he's sitting on a cloud.
You never know.
Sliding into a cloud.
And he's talking shit.
Okay. The next situation. The last situation before we go to our questions of the night. Matter of fact, Taib, since I did this earlier offer, can you go ahead and do the offer one more time, please?
Listen, it's almost 1,000 people in here. Don't y'all live here today without helping these content creators. You got my brother, the King.
I don't donate unless it's really
you got Jerry,
pertinent
the Velvet
to.
Missionary. The Velvet Missionary. You got Jazz.
I don't know. I just don't donate unless it's really good content. And I don't donate mainly because I don't know why YouTubers think that they should be making any type of money off of me. I pay YouTube for my premium subscription. Let's see here. Yes, YouTube Premium. It doesn't say it, but I do have YouTube Premium. So I pay YouTube for my premium subscription, and they in turn allow content creators to put their content on the platform. So I'm gonna let y'all go, but I'm sure the chat is tripping up in here. If each person give $1, they'll raise pretty nice offering. Yeah, I never even felt comfortable giving money at church because I think that's not right. It's not right for pastor. It's just not right to me to pass around an offering plate to people who are there to hear the word of God and just to get some guidance, I guess. I mean, I'm just not a church person. I'm not a religious person. I'm not somebody that has much. I'm not even subbed to this person. I don't know who he is, but he's funny. Shit, I'm gonna go ahead and sub. But and I don't even click the bell to everybody. But I'll leave a comment on your ass. But yeah, I really don't give content creators I give HG Tutor, the ultra narcissist, I give him a monthly fee because I would like to find out the school and cadre of each narcissist he analyzes. And I needed to find out what Putin was, and so I started monthly with him, and I also give YouTube, I get a student discount, but I pay YouTube a monthly fee. So why should I give content creators fees when sometimes they're getting ad revenue, sometimes they're getting money donated from other people via different means like PayPal, Cash App, all the super chats and all that, and I'm not asking for a dime from nobody. I got a job. This is just something because I ain't got no damn friends. Well, I do, but they're in another state. I just don't really talk to people, so this is my outlet, and I'm again testing my microphone. So I'm gonna end it here because I can babble on about anything all night, all day. And I mean, yeah, when I heard Kevin Samuels died, it was interesting because I had just watched him the previous night. I watched him regularly for the past few weeks. And I was just learning. You don't have to agree with a content creator to learn something from them about yourself. Like I feel after watching his content that I value myself even more because I didn't buy into what he was selling about, a single mother is not worth it's not worth more than somebody without kids. Excuse me, because and then like when they make fun of people saying that they're celibate when I am actually celibate, I've been celibate since June 2018. Yeah, June 2018. That's when I stopped drinking. That's when I gave up Facebook. That's when I gave up Instagram, and I stopped fornicating, basically, because I felt like, okay, I don't want to have a second baby daddy. I don't want to have another child at my old age, because I had a child when I was 37. So it's just, let me get rid of this because I'll be like, get out of here. So it's just interesting that, like, I didn't have any hatred towards the man. I felt like he made some valid points. Like, you shouldn't be laying up with all these men, having all these different kids, and not being married. That's just common sense. And for me, I can't go around sleeping with multiple people, because I learned at an early age that I take on sometimes the personality of the other women that the man is sleeping with. Like, I may not actually care to be with this person long term or whatever, but if I'm sleeping with the person and I start acting like weird, it's just weird. So I figured out early on, you take on those spirits from other people if you all are sleeping around with each other. So I stopped doing that. And I often, when I was younger, I would go a year without sex, year and a half. I've never really been a sexual person, but I did have that Jezebel spirit at one time, which has been exorcised from my body. And I'm not talking about, any type of sorcery or anything like that. And yeah, I do have an astrolabe up here on my desktop, but I would never call myself an astrologer. There are signs in the moon. There are signs in the stars. There are signs in the planets that are there, but I don't look into them to gain anything materially. I just seek knowledge, and there are patterns of the world. So that's completely off topic. Like, there is a topic for me. I can just ramble on about anything, like I said, but I didn't have any I don't have any hateful feelings about Kevin Samuels. Like, yeah, he said what he said about big women, and I literally, a week after listening to him, I went in the weight room, and I was going to go on his channel and just ask him some questions before I really, really got to see what type of person he was. And I changed my mind. I was like, oh, I'll just do it when I'm having a better hair day or whatever, because I'm the type of chick, I'll wrap my hair up and I got my scarf on. So I didn't want to be part of the bonnet crew or all that, mess or whatever. Because if you go on someone's channel, you may want to try to look your best. I understand what he meant about that, and putting your best self forward, appearance wise, if you're looking for a man. So yeah, it's just interesting how some people are like dancing on his grave, and he's not even buried yet. Like, I couldn't even imagine somebody speaking of my father that way. It's crazy to me. So yeah, so that I got a good laugh out of that. I'm probably gonna go back and see what they're talking about on that channel, but mainly this was just to test my audio and to get another video out there to start trying to put out content. I'm probably gonna come up with something more structured and formatted, but I've had this microphone for a very long time, and I could never get the settings to work properly. I have another microphone, and I obviously have the microphone on the laptop itself, but I don't like to use my cell phone that much, so I'm not one to want to stream or make videos on my cell phone. So yeah, just sitting and talking to a microphone suits me, because I can sit here and just talk about whatever. So what I'll probably do going forward is just pick an article of news during the day that interests me, that I may have something, comical to talk about, or just, you know, give my 2 cents about, not that anybody cares, but hey, you never know. I do have I do have a professor that I took a couple of his classes, and he has written for some pretty big shows, and he sold jokes to certain comedians that were very famous. And he took a liking to my writing, and I'm more of I think of a communicator vocally, because I don't really like structured writing. So, you know, he wanted to mentor me as far as, you know, creating a blog and becoming a writer, which I really appreciate that he had that confidence in me, but I just don't want to write, you know, and I'm very meticulous about writing, especially proofreading and misspellings, and I catch it in other people's writing, and it's like with autocorrect, sometimes you can proofread something now and then autocorrect will change your sentence on you and change the word, and it's like, okay, I don't have time for all that mess. I just have time to babble sometimes. So I'll probably just pick like an article here and there and maybe just tweak the channel, you know, going forward. So I put this off because I was relocating from one state to another, and now I'm settled in the state that I'm in, and maybe I'll shoot some videos here and there around town, maybe tomorrow, because I'm going to treat myself to a fabulous Mother's Day dinner out with my son, and I'm just gonna eat some lobster. I want a lobster roll. Lobster's in season right now where I'm at, so it's like, hey, give me a lobster roll. Yeah, and I'll be back with whatever I'm back with. So I'm super happy this microphone's working now, because it's not just sitting in my face anymore. Hey, it's interesting because my little orange, oh, there it is. See my orange cursor, my little orange guy cursor. Does it show up? Oh, I think I took the cursor view off on OBS. So yeah, I gotta make some tweaks, but it is what it is, and God bless.